They say Christmas is a time for joy, family, and hope. But on December 27th, 2008, in the quiet city of Corona, California, one holiday gathering turned into one of the most horrifying crimes in American history. The Christmas celebrations were coming to an end. Homes were still decorated with lights, families were sharing meals, and children were enjoying the last days of the holiday season. Inside one house, a large family had gathered for a Christmas party. Laughter filled every room as relatives talked, exchanged gifts, and celebrated together. No one could have imagined that within minutes, their lives would be changed forever. Bruce Pardo, a 45-year-old man, had been struggling for months. His marriage had ended in divorce, he was facing serious financial problems, and his life had fallen apart. Friends later said he seemed overwhelmed by anger and frustration, but no one expected that he had already planned a brutal act of revenge. That night, he drove to the home of his ex-wife's family while wearing a full Santa Claus costume. He carried a large gift bag, making him appear just like any cheerful holiday visitor. When he knocked on the front door, everyone assumed another guest had arrived. An 8-year-old girl excitedly ran to the door and welcomed Santa inside. In the next terrifying moment, everything changed. Hidden beneath the Santa suit was a handgun. Pardo immediately pulled out the weapon and fired his first shot, striking the young girl. Panic exploded throughout the house. Guests screamed and ran in every direction. Some tried to hide beneath furniture, while others desperately searched for a way to escape through windows and back doors. But the gunman continued firing at family members without hesitation. After the shooting, he reached into the large gift bag and removed a homemade device designed to spread highly flammable fuel throughout the house. Within seconds, flames erupted across multiple rooms. The fire spread rapidly, trapping many victims inside as thick smoke filled the building. Neighbors heard what sounded like explosions and rushed outside. They saw flames consuming the home and immediately called emergency services. Firefighters and police arrived quickly, but the blaze had already become uncontrollable. Despite their efforts, many people inside could not be saved. By the time the fire was extinguished, 9 people had lost their lives. The victims included men and women from the same family, while several others suffered severe injuries. Survivors later described those terrifying minutes as pure chaos, saying the joyful Christmas celebration had transformed into a nightmare almost instantly. Meanwhile, Bruce Pardo escaped in his vehicle. During the attack, however, the intense heat from the fire had partially melted his Santa costume onto his skin, leaving him with serious burns. Even so, he managed to drive for several hours to his brother's home. The following day, police tracked him to that residence. When officers entered the house, they found Bruce Pardo dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Investigators also discovered additional weapons, ammunition, explosive materials, and evidence showing that he had carefully planned the attack long before carrying it out. Authorities concluded that the massacre had been motivated by revenge following his divorce and personal financial collapse. The tragedy shocked the entire United States because the attacker had deliberately disguised himself as Santa Claus, a symbol of kindness, generosity, and happiness. News of the massacre spread across the country within hours. Television networks covered the tragedy for days, while experts discussed the warning signs of severe emotional collapse and unchecked resentment. Many psychologists pointed to the case as a devastating example of how untreated anger and obsession with revenge can end in unimaginable violence. The destroyed house in Corona eventually became a symbol of heartbreaking loss. Memorial services were held to honor the victims, and every Christmas season, the community continues to remember those who never returned home from what should have been a joyful family gathering. Survivors carried emotional scars for years, with many saying Christmas never felt the same again. Today, the 2008 Covina Christmas Eve massacre remains one of the deadliest family mass shootings in American history. It serves as a chilling reminder that unimaginable evil can sometimes hide behind the most familiar and trusted faces, even behind the smiling mask of Santa Claus. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more amazing true stories.